Welcome. Welcome. Today we're going to have a qigong gathering, and qigong has been defined, can be defined, is defined in a lot of different ways. One of the definitions of qigong is the art of energy. Another definition is the art of longevity. And another definition, even yet, is the art of disease prevention. And I know for myself personally, I find a lot of resonance and relevance with each of those three definitions for this practice that we love so much in integrative practices. And I love that it's always described, it's always defined with the inclusion of the word art, which means that there is, there's never one perfect, formulaic, methodical, black and white, hard and fast way to do it. It's an organic revelation. And so I really encourage you today to embody your elemental nature, to court the organic flow in the tissues of the body, your body, and in the movements of your mind as you're practicing. In many of the old, and even today, in many of the shamanic cultures, if you were to go to a medicine person and complain of feeling disheartened or dispirited or depressed, you would probably be asked one or more of the following questions. When did you stop dancing? When did you stop singing? When did you cease to find enchantment in story? And when did you stop finding comfort in the sweet terrain of silence? I also love these kinds of questions because all of these human experiences, dancing, singing, hearing stories, telling stories, sharing stories, and marinating in the boundlessness of quiet beingness. All of these are gifts that are given to us. They are gifts that are given to us just as the art of breathing is given to us as we walk through our lives. So I have a lot of forms that I want to explore today, so we'll leave it at that in terms of setting a tone and creating a theme for our flow today. Begin by bringing your feet a little bit wider than the width of your hips and arrive here from wherever it is that you came from, and arrive in silence, awake in silence, so that we can finesse the transitions. This is actually our first qigong gathering of autumn since we've gone through the transition. So this first series of forms and flows, this is called knocking on the doors of life. So we're going to begin by actually bring your feet a little bit wider than I first indicated. So we've got a nice wide stance, and we're going to kind of softly transfer our weight from one side to the other in a way that's buoyant and playful, listening to the song of the breath and listening and playing in the dance that is the form. So I'm going to swing, just do it straight up and stabilized first. I'm going to swing and slap my kidneys gently, but definitely. Slapping the kidneys, okay? And then oscillating side to side. Let the head and the neck also oscillate. Knocking on the doors of life. Now you're going to do the same thing and bring the hands up. So I've got my back hand at my kidney and my front hand in that space just diagonally below the shoulder joint. Finding the fluidity, the rivering mixture of inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then back down to the waist. Embracing this first form as an energization set. It's getting the chi moving in a vibrant manner. Good. And then find center, find the hara, find the dantian, find your heart, find your head, and find the flow forward. So, continuing to knock on the gates of life, you're gonna, again, we're working with this flipping action. This has an incredibly purifying and energizing effect. All of the organs and the flow of the orbit of chi in the body and around the body. So you're going up and down on the back body like so, while keeping the shoulders as relaxed as possible. You don't have to oscillate around. I'm simply doing that for visibility, since we're not all in the physical room together. Now we're going to bring the arms forward and do the same thing up and down the central channel of the upper chest. This particular knocking action on the doors of life is really, really effective for clearing emotional stress. A lot of us have been working with a great amount of emotional stress during this year of 2020. So breathing in, another way to clear the emotional stress is to inhale through your nose and exhale out of an open mouth. Knocking on the doors of life. Now bring this knocking action. We're going to work now with the blade edge of the hands, and we're going to knock down the legs on the front side, back up the legs on the front side. Now use the inner blades of the hands and knock down the back of the legs and knock up the legs, up the kidneys, back down the legs, embodying the flow. Bring the outer edge of the hands to the front of the legs, knock up the legs. Hopefully you're feeling a warm flow of chi already, full power in your body. And at the belly here, soft and certain, soft and certain. Knocking on the doors of life. The address of your body. So you are an embodied leader in the work of your world. All right, release the chi and have a look here. This is a beautiful, as we finesse the transitions here from the season of summer into now the autumnal season, which is it has a big impact in our biology as we move from heat to sometimes a very rapid snap into cool. This particular form, which is called Tiger Claw, it's one of the many iterations of Tiger Claw that we practice, is so good for bringing the sweetness of summer past into the journey of autumnal future that we're moving into. So your back hand represents the continuity of summer past, and your front hand is going to represent the movement forward, the gesture, the finessing of the transition into the adventure horizon that awaits us. Have a look. I'm going to demonstrate a few times on each side. So I'm going to lift up. I've got a curled, soft posture in my hands that represents the claw of the tiger, and I've got a little pulsation in the knees. Notice that I'm bending and then straightening. Bending and straightening. And you can join me whenever you're ready. I'm inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling out of the open mouth. Again, this exhalation out of our open mouth is ideal for clearing emotional stress. And this is so important as embodied leaders. Everyone is leading the way in some way. And so we ask ourselves, in what way am I the way? And in what way may I be in the way? And how can I get out of the way for the way to flow through me more beautifully? So just inhabit this organic flow for a little bit longer. Now, cease the movement in the legs and just harness the flow in the upper body. Really inhabiting the oscillation left and right, which is going to have a purifying effect in the kidneys, and also bringing you a tremendous amount of energy. Smile of the heart, light foot, open mind, quiet mind, maybe even a few glimpses of no mind. Beautiful. And bring the hands to the hara. And find, while your hands are here, physically placed at the hara, find just a little bit of gentle waving. Beautiful. So this next form, which is called Pebble in the Pond, is a beautiful way of creating a container for ourselves to live in larger circles. Things have gotten very insular. The aperture has gotten rather small in this time that we're traversing. So let this form be a reminder that in our perception and in our outlook, and ultimately we are still moving toward the great, graceful opportunity, the radiant horizon of living in larger and larger circles. So I'm going to inhale and hinge forward, and then exhale, I'm going to draw the chi back to the dantian, the lower dantian. Inhale. The inner lines of the feet are parallel. There's a river of life force flowing out of the tip of all the toes. Visualize as you embody the form, visualize the slow design of what happens. Maybe it's not even that slow, but the design of what happens when you cast a pebble into a pond. The immediate, geometric, perfect development of concentric circles. And the still point, which is represented by your quiet awareness and your ability to find comfort in the sweet terrain of that quietude. It's represented by the still point in the center of all those concentric circles. One more. So still staying in this theme of water moving like the river is this form that we're about ready to practice. So I've taken an even wider stance. I'm in fact going to get off the rug because I can feel it's really slippery underneath my feet and I don't want to lose my footing. So I'm going to take a nice wide stance and I'm still keeping all 10 toes oriented forward and north here. Okay? And then I'm going to, we do this kind of ball work a lot in IP. So I'm moving the ball, but what I really want you to see is what's going on in my spinal oscillations. So here I'm torquing deep in, detoxifying and awakening my left kidney, and then right kidney. So at the very beginning, a few of you weren't here in the live stream, when I was providing some of the classical definitions for qigong, one of which is the art of energy, another is the art of disease prevention, and the other is the art of longevity. So just a few ways of describing this incredible art that has been serving humanity for thousands of years, right? So this business of articulating the freeze here, even if it's just a fractional freeze frame, is going to bring a lot of qi and a lot of good medicine into the kidneys. And this is wise to be doing right now. Okay, so find the ball, right hand on top, and transition, and then transition. Now find the rivering flow of your breath. Now let go of any mind in it and find the flow. Keep the eyes only open enough so that you don't lose your balance. Good. Come to center. Find the hara and the lower dantian. Finding your hands at the hara. And then up to the heart. And forward. Rotating your left hand in. And your right hand in. And bring the hands back down to the belly. Extend your right arm forward and drop the fingertips south so the back of the hand is exposed forward. Place the left hand at the lower dantian and then bring energy from there up into the heart, up over the heart to the right shoulder, down the length of the right arm, and then fusing the left palm to the back of the right hand and press there. And bring your left hand again to your belly, to the dantian and hara. Inhaling and then bring the energy up through the heart, up and out of the heart, over to the shoulder. Look that way, and then look forward as the hand passes to the end of the wrist, left palm to the front of the right hand. So this is rinsing the spleen. Let's do it one last time for 3 cycles on the right arm. Left hand to the hara, inhale. Through the heart, up, look to the right, and down the arm. And then with the left hand, pull the energy back into your belly. Remember, it's an art. Express yourself and let the universe express itself through you. Ground the chi and wave. Lift the left arm forward, hovering the length of the arm on the same plane as the left shoulder, and then drop your fingertips south. Bring your right hand to your hara, relax the shoulders. Remember that tension is who we think we should be in this modern world. but relaxation is who you truly are. Your nature is freedom, and so keep reminding that, keep rediscovering that time and time and time again when you're in the moving meditation of the qi flow. So from the lower dantian, bring the hands up from the belly, up to the heart, through the heart, right hand to the left shoulder, gazing beyond the left shoulder, and then pass the energy. Now we're rinsing the spleen. Passing the energy down the length of the left arm. Fuse the right palm with the back of the left hand and press. Create this angularity, create this kind of seal. Here we have a mudra. And then lower the right hand back down to the belly. And back up to the heart. Finding sweet comfort, finding solace in the terrain of inner quietude, of silence. Pass the hand down the length of the arm. Press the right palm into the back of the left hand. Hover here, relax the shoulders down, relax the tongue, relax the eyelids, relax the eyeballs, relax the energy behind the eyeballs, and all the organs in the belly. Right hand to the belly, to the hara. Heart is smiling. Heart field resonance is the currency of this age that we are in. Keep increasing, keep expanding the bandwidth of your heart field resonance. This is our last one. Look to the left. And then pass the hand down the length of the arm. Fuse the right palm into the back of the left hand. Press, igniting through the length of the thumbs. And then use your right hand to bring it home. The left hand will pull in initially. We're going to fuse the pads of the thumbs. Hover the hands over the hara by an inch or so, and then waving here. Good. Release the hands. This next form is called Nourishing the Kidneys, yet another beautiful medicinal practice for us as we finesse the transition of the season. I think it might be useful if I turn to the side for visibility's sake. Again, I've got my feet at the width of my hips. The inner lines of my feet are parallel. All 10 toes are pointing forward. My belly is soft. My spine is ignited with aliveness. And my heart is open and soft. So I'm going to lift the energy up. Just watch here for a second. And then once my hands are hovering with palms up in front of the heart, I'll push the palms to face away from the body. And I'm going to push the chi, draw the shoulders down, hang the head back. Now I'm going to push the energy out as the head begins to normalize and come back through to gaze forward. I'm going to push the energy out and back. And then I'm going to bring the palms of my hands with fingertips down or with fingertips up. The fingertips up placement is going to be a little bit more challenging. So find your place, fingers down or up, both hands over the area where the kidneys are living in your body. I'm going to climb the spine a little bit. And then I'm going to trust and surrender back. I'm surrendering my back into the helping hands, my kidneys, and hang the head back. The kidneys have an immediate responsiveness to this benevolent metta, loving kindness form. Bring your gaze forward, release the hands. Let's do it together. I'll do it once facing the side here, and then I'll whirl around and face you, so we're all together. Begin by bringing the feet into alignment. Inhale, hands out. When the hands are in front of the heart, rotate the palms to face away from your body. Offer the chi forward. Collapse and rearrange through the ball of the belly. So you're getting this oscillations of aliveness in the cerebrospinal fluid. Rotate the palms to face away. Open the chi. Feel your body as a superconductor of this life force energy. Fingertips up or fingertips down. And lean into it. After you've climbed your spine and relaxed your shoulders, lean into it just a little bit or quite a lot, depending. The most remarkable thing in my endeavor into these qi arts is that you don't have to do this stuff for 90 minutes in order to receive optimal effects. It is very efficient. You can do it for 5 minutes, you can do it for 15 minutes. If you've got 90 minutes, lucky you, do it. But my point is that it doesn't matter how deep you go into a form or how long you do the forms necessarily. These are such effective, natural ways of moving our human anatomy. Natural ways of getting into alignment, of being attuned to the rhythm of the earth that is impulsing through every leaf, every blade of grass, every song of birds, every flutter of a dragonfly wing or a butterfly wing, and on, to be connected to that and less disheartened, less disoriented, and more inspired, more impulsed by wonder. Let's do it a few more times. Opening. Fingertips up or fingertips down. Open the arms, bring the hands to the lower dantian, up to the heart, forward. Open. Nourishing the kidneys. Finding comfort in the sweet terrain of inner silence. Beautiful. So bringing that form to a close. And in closing, I want to offer you a facial rejuvenation flow, okay? So we're going to use our Jupiter fingers, our index fingers, and rather than demonstrating for the sake of honoring all the time, we're going to bring the index fingers into the tear ducts and just very gently vibrate. Bring your feet together so that they're sincerely at the width of the hips. Relax your buttock bones down towards the back of the heels and feel the front 2 points of the feet and the back 2 points of the heels so that the soles of the feet are standing in a uniform, relaxed, spread out kind of manner. Spread out in the way that when a wave comes in to shore, it grabs hold of all the grains of sand and it momentarily picks them up and then spreads them out a little bit and then places them back down on the earth. Feel how the movement of your breath is picking up and rearranging and spreading out and opening, giving space to the molecules in the soles of the feet so that you can nourish the root system in the tree of life, in your body and your spine and your nervous system. You're going to bring the index fingers to the innermost point of the eyebrows now and vibrate here. Tuning in with the elegant continuity of inhalation becoming exhalation, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of an open mouth. Light heart, open mind. Bring your index fingers now to the middle of your eyebrows, letting this rejuvenate all of the qi in your face. And this is so good right now for our sweet eyes that are constantly staring at screens during this time. Bring the fingertips to the outermost point of your eyebrows. softly vibrating here. And bring the fingertips to the outermost circle. The bone is not in the soft tissue area, but on the bone of the circle around the eye. And pressing now at the bone edge of the circle around the eye, at that central bottom point, true south, pressing, activating, still inhaling through your nostrils and exhaling out of an open mouth. You hear less of that when I'm giving the instructions on my behalf, but as a practitioner you can continue to make the breath very audible. And bring the fingertips down now to just underneath the nostrils. And just underneath the attachment site where the earlobes join the sides of the head. Now bring the palms of the hands to the temples of the head and circle back, bending the knees. And circle forward, exhaling open mouth. Circle back, inhaling through the nostrils. Circle forward, exhaling open mouth. Use your fingertips now at the forehead, straightening the legs and massage, beginning at the brow center and lift up, over, out, and down to the temple gates on the sides of the head. Fingertips conjoining again at the brow center, lift up, over, out, and down to the temples. Do that a few more times. And bring your hands then, right hand in front of the left hand, hands in front of your dantian. Inhale through your nostrils and exhale, make a circle shape with your lips and blow the breath out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, blow. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, blow. Bring your hands so that they're physically touching your dantian. And take your right hand, which is the top hand, and bring it to your heart. Inhale one more time wholeheartedly. And exhale naturally. Thank you so much for taking time to tune in for this qigong gathering. I look so forward to seeing you soon, maybe for next week's qigong, maybe tomorrow for our resiliency session. In either regard, take really good care of yourself, take good care of your people, take good care of the part of the earth you're responsible for. Take it easy. Sat Nam. Namaste.